no matter how you come to a different sport, you were inspired by something or someone. Right? You were some version of the piece of inspiration that someone gave you that allowed you to stand on their shoulders. And if you're doing it correctly, hopefully you're moving the needle, making that sport better than the sport that you were given, and creating space for someone else. And I think the real legacy for true icons in the sport, true change makers, is not only how they change the game in terms of what happens on the court, but how they open up opportunity and even eyes around conversations around it.
My name is William DeMonte. I am the founder and co-owner of the Vaughan Touch Football League. In the short term, I just wanted to create a safe and competitive environment for people in the Vaughan community to play football, in particular touch football. In the long term, my goal was to grow the sport of football, in particular touch football, in Canada. I think it's very important for people to have someone to talk to or an outlet. I also think that it is very important for people to be educated on mental health, in particular men's mental health, and all the stigmas that surround it.
My name is Shane DeMerchant. I work for Movember Canada as a community manager. Most people know Movember for the mustache, so the month formerly known as November, where we encourage guys to spend 30 days growing the best mustache they can and creating conversations. This is actually the 16th annual Movember campaign in Canada, and along the way we've been able to fund around 1,200 men's health programs in prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and in men's health, or men's mental health and suicide prevention. And around 300 of those programs are right here in Canada, so a lot of good work that comes from some silly mustaches. When it comes to mental health, especially for men, it's an area of men's health where we're still losing the battle and still losing a lot of guys way too early. In Canada, 3 to 4 people who die by suicide are men, and suicide's the second leading cause of death for all men up to the age of 45. So we're losing a lot of men at that point of crisis way too early, so there's a lot of work to do for us in normalizing the conversation about mental health, in making guys more comfortable speaking out for help when they need it, taking those help-seeking behaviors and getting more comfortable helping the other guys in their life when it comes to supporting them with their mental health. When I was approached by the Tackle the Stigma team, super excited to be able to help in any way I can. I think the name says it itself, but such a great way to help break down some of the things and barriers that are keeping us from talking about our mental health. Getting a big group of people together in the name of men's health, where they can do something they love and do it in the name of something greater, is such a cool way to help us achieve our mission and help us to raise awareness and create conversations that don't happen enough through the rest of the year.
Sports has helped me with my mental health because I know that I can always turn to sports to take my mind off things. It's a chance to get together with friends, and even if you don't know the people that you're playing with, it's just an excuse to go out, have fun, and take your mind off things and play something that you love.
Sometimes it's hard to trust people with your own mental health, and I feel like when you have that support system, it's very helpful.
From an athlete's perspective with mental health there's a lot of self-talk and inner dialogue that isn't always the most productive or the most positive, and that can really build into anxiety and depression.
way I view it, it's like getting trapped in your own thoughts and your own mind, and then sports is just a way to release all of that. So it's kind of mental health is the problem, and for me in my life, sports was a solution the whole time for it.
My name's Donovan Bennett. I'm currently a host, writer, podcaster for Sportsnet, and I got into sports broadcasting because, quite frankly, I wasn't good enough to be an athlete anymore. I was a student athlete at the University of Western Ontario, played football there, and so I just love the fact that I can stay close to sports and be a part of a team. I was a running back at Western here in Canada from 03 to 06. So not yesterday, but not that long ago. But at that time, there was no conversation about mental health. There wasn't really, quite frankly, conversation about mental health among the student body, never mind the student athletes. I think when I go back and talk to students, that's the biggest difference, is that there's awareness, they're cognizant of it, and not only that, there's actual resources that are at their disposal to be able to talk about these things and to be able to, quite frankly, know and learn yourself. I think the biggest thing is understanding why you are the way you are, whether it's family of origin or past trauma or sensibilities based off of your situation in life, how the way you are is impacting you at any given time, and how you can rectify it and safeguard it so that it doesn't impact you moving forward in a negative fashion. I think being cognizant of these things is the most important. No one was cognizant of it when I was a student athlete. And I'm both proud and envious of the students now that are not only taking charge of their own mental health, often they're leading the conversation about how we all need to take charge of our mental health. I think we've seen a reticence to criticize, even though those are the types of interactions that get social interactions. And I think we've seen more willingness to take a breath and say, I don't know what's going on with said individual, but here's my analysis. But I'm willing to give grace if there are things that are bigger than basketball or bigger than football or bigger than hockey that are at play.